Hello, that was the wrong one. Welcome to Side Quest. I'm a little higher than I should be. That's because I'm sitting on a pillow. I'm dealing with a thing, so I'm not going to be here long. That's fine. I don't need to be here long. I'm trying to do my thing. It's Side Quest. Welcome to Side Quest, everyone. Side Quest 12. I don't know why that's saying 11. Sorry, if you're on the vertical standout, Side Quest is not 11. Where is it? Starting soon. Scene. There it is. Okay, I just need a transform or... No, that's not it. If you're on the vertical stream on YouTube, I need to just change this to say 11 to 12. There we go. Sorry about that. Hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully you don't mind that. A little mishap. But, we are doing Side Quest 12. Meaning this is the 12th episode that I'm making called Side Quest. That intro song, by the way, I haven't heard that one in a long time. I used to do that for the original Side Quests, which, my original Side Quests are, if you look on YouTube, for Jay Ellensworth, that ended up, that was a whole thing with, what's it called? That was a whole thing where I would have like a main game that I would do, and then with that main game, then, you know, with that main game, I would, is that it? Works better. Yeah. With that main game, I would, I lost my train of thought. Dang it, Tang. I lost my train of thought very much like a goldfish. As I said like 3 times like a child. Yeah. Anyhow, welcome to Side Quest 12, where, I mean, oh yeah, I was talking about the intro. The intro, like, I had a main game and then I had side games where I would complete them quicker. Well, at the end of the side quest games, they would have that outro, which I love. And so, that's my whole thing. And right now we have swashbuckler music kind of going on. Which is fine. It's good background, I think. So, that being said, we're doing Side Quest 12. And unfortunately, I'm doing this late for 2 reasons. One, kids are currently at that. The kids are currently at or at the babysitter, but because it's summer, the kids go to the babysitter, and the babysitter is later or earlier. But again, it's summer. So they have summer school, so summer school gets done later at 11:40-ish. So now I gotta kind of, if I do these, it's gonna be pushed back later. So that being said, oh, I hate that I have to say this. Batman Zero Year Part 7? Nope. Nope. If I can get back to it. Yep, Part 8, actually. Part 8 will be not even next week, unfortunately. That's on. Then I say unfortunately, it's just because the kids have summer school for 2 weeks. Okay, but yeah, the zero year. We'll get back to that. The other thing is that I've been dealing with some unpleasantries with myself, so I've been self-medicating, if you will. I'm taking Tylenol, but I'm experiencing something that's making me sore. So I'm not going to go into further details than that, but either way, I'm trying to relax because I need to relax my muscles. That's the big thing, and can't do that if I'm sitting on the PC or whatnot. I can definitely read a comic. It's just I don't want to sit down and then write down, be like, oh man, that was freaking interesting. But that being said, this is Side Quest, and unfortunately, like I said, because we're not doing Zero Year, I will be doing NPC news, which is what I normally do. I know I'm stalling. But NPC news is, I guess, right now. I don't even have a intro for that. I should probably do something like that for segments and whatnot. Oh, NPC news segment. Oh, just a thought. But I'm just gonna say, this is NPC news because I'm the NPC. You just have to sit there and listen to it. You don't have to sit, but you understand what I mean. I like that catchphrase. Anyways, we have side quest, or not side quest, NPC news. We'll start with what I have written down here. We have celebrity news. So we have alternative pop artist Oliver Tree died at 32 after a helicopter crash of 2 helicopters over a dealership in Brazil. 6 confirmed kills on that one, unfortunately. So sorry to hear about that. I think I remember seeing a video after about him criticizing somebody, being like, all right, why don't you answer me straight on this or something like that. Either way, it's like, okay, he did this. He did a thing. He had a big, I think a bowl cut was his whole thing. So if you knew him, let me know this most popular song or what your most favorite song of his is. Does it have drums? Does it have guitar? Those are kind of instrumental for me for music I like, but it's not also instrumental. Instrument. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you get what I mean. I am probably saying that what is it? I'm probably saying you gotta let me know what I'm trying to say impeccable. No, I'm having a brain fart right now. Maybe I'm just having a stroke. Who knows? That's probably how I'm gonna go. No, that's a lie. That's gonna be a heart attack. We all know it. The Knicks won a historic drought-shattering NBA Finals victory. I know nothing about the NBA. If you came here to learn something about the NBA from me, I'm too white for this. And by that, I just mean I never understood the rules. Why? I don't know, because I see somebody traveling and then I call it out and then be like, no. And then I do it. You're traveling. I'm like, nobody's explained the damn rules. That's why I like soccer. I've said this before yesterday. Not yesterday to you, but yesterday to my coworker. Is that I like soccer. Simple. Want to know why? If you hit the ball first, then it doesn't count as a penalty. If you hit the person first, then it does count as a penalty. Pretty simple, I think. While this one's like, oh, you can't move with your left planted or your planted foot, but then you see somebody do it. Oh, you can't walk once you have a set. Like, what do you mean, what's a set? Like, I like to walk one at a time, but do I pay attention on if I have both my feet down at the same time every second of the day? No, and neither do NBA players, hence why they don't get called traveling. See too many compilations of like, oh, look at this that they missed. Oh, but they got Kobe on it. Or I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm like, I'm looking at a foreign thing. Oh yeah. There were many arrests with riots afterwards, including nuisance streamer Nina Lin. And I have in parentheses here, good riddance. So, if she wants to call me a bitch, I don't give a fuck. Pardon me, that was awful. I used foul language. I didn't mean that. You liar! Maybe I didn't. Many arrests. Oh yeah, I already said that one. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau showed up in a red carpet for premiere of Katy Perry concert documentary movie. I cannot say much more about that. Why? Because well, granted, he's Canadian. I'm American. I could say it. Canada sucks when it comes down to that. USA all the way. Why? I live here. I want it to be better than Canada. I want it to be better than any other place because I live here. I don't want to live here. If I could, if somewhere else would have me live there better, like if I could go to the UK and live better than where I am now, then yeah, I'd probably switch with my allegiances when I live over there because I would be like, hey, you're giving me the most out of this. Funny enough, not a lot of people in the world view it that way. They just like that. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to just suck it up. All the benefits. Not going to get more into that. That gets more political than I want to get on this show. But you got to admit, Trudeau is a very controversial figure. He's essentially the mayor of, or not the mayor, the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, just reskinned. I don't know what to tell you. Like, think of a fighting game. You have like all your characters over here. You have the other character over here. Oh, you have like 3 Ryus. Guess what? Justin Trudeau is essentially a alternate skin, or technically it's the other way around since one was prime minister. But if we're putting U.S. as dominant more so than Canada, I don't know. You can make up your own mind on what I think of that, but I treat them as equal. So they're equally the same person. Like they in my opinion, they dress the same. They have the same kind of haircut, in my opinion. But AI viewers Steam boot. What the? Oh, it's a Twitch. Oh well, I don't care about Twitch. Let's see. So there's that documentary concert movie. Katy Perry. I'll say I have no idea what Katy Perry has been up to besides knowing that she's dating the former Prime Minister, or yeah, former Prime Minister of Canada. So how did that happen? How did those two get in the same room together? Why were they in the same room together? Doesn't make sense in my opinion. Or maybe he was, for all I know, he's just one of those guys that'd be like, who would write on the keyboard and be like, hey, you want to meet up sometime? And do that to 50 other women. I don't know. From what I understand, famous guys do that. From what I've seen from people calling their crap out. But yeah. Let's see. We got Kim Kardashian news. Surprised, but not too surprised. I have this written down. Kim Kardashian proves she's still a high-end gold digger by making out with Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton. That actually... Why is she still relevant? What is the relevance of her? Besides that she had a sex tape and then they decide to make a reality show of her. Do they still do that? Because it just sounds like they're just vlogging now. Is that still a thing? This is so stupid. This is it's the stupidest thing and like, I don't know. I think my dad cheers on Lewis Hamilton too. I could be wrong. Lewis Hamilton's just a very popular guy. I've heard the name many a time, and I think he is a good racer. But boy, like it just does not. Like I don't see the big deal. I feel like that's just like that's women's show crap. Oh, you have drama on this? Yeah, you watch that stuff with like the husbands will have to sit down. Like what I have to do with Kitchen Nightmares once in a while. Like, I'll watch it once in a while. Do I care too much about the contestants? Not really. I know there's some people that have. Then there's other stuff like that. Like, it's not made for me, man. And why? How did that happen? That's almost as weird as a connection as Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. It's like, it's that weird. Of why are these worlds colliding? Like I don't know, it's kind of like you have the female world colliding with the male world, but then it really does not look too bright on some of these people. Like, I don't know. You tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. Let's see. Brad Pitt has to. No, it's not has to. Brad Pitt has another family crisis as a third child filed for paperwork to completely drop their father's last name. Kind of curious on what's causing Brad Pitt's family to fall out. Did I look it up? No. Should I look it up? I could. Let's do a quick gander. And if I can't quick gander, which I can't, because apparently it sends me to safe search, even though I say stop switching it. I just want to open Google. What was it? Why Brad Pitt kids change name? Sure. Why not? Let's see the A. Due to deep and ongoing estrangement. Let's see. Okay, so it's because of their mother. Got it. It's pretty simple as that. Silo. Jeez. Man, boy. You think you go from Angelina, then you decide to go on Silo? She was the first of the children to legally file a name change on her 18th birthday on May 2024, requesting to drop Pitt by go Shiloh Jill. Hey, you're the one who gave that name to her, and I'm going to say it as much as I feel like, even though it might be pronounced differently. Don't care. You wrote it that way. That's how I'm going to say it. The change was officially granted later that year. Reports indicate her decision was fueled by painful events. What do you mean by painful events? That's a good question. The eldest son, 24, filed to legally remove Pitt from his legal name in the spring of 2026, citing personal reasons. Prior to this, he had already dropped the Pitt surname but professional credits of his mother for his mother's films. Okay, so that's another one. Personal reasons, probably from the other thing. Granted, it was 2 years later. It doesn't make sense there. Unless he's like, I found out like 2 years later that he did this. I don't know. Both daughters of Zahara and Vivienne. Oh, jeez. Wait. Both daughters have also publicly distanced themselves from the Pitt name. Zahara publicly introduced herself without the surname when joining her sorority. Vivienne similarly dropped the name in playbill credits. Pitt's response: Pitt has been deeply hurt by the name change, viewed as a symbol of permanent estrangement. Why? Provided the timely legal milestones, Jolie Pitt detail in the involvement of other children, Pax and Knox, in the family dispute. Explain the legal. Oh, yeah. Those are things I want to ask. Why? Let's see. We just type why. Why? This is gonna be a long stream. Severe verbal and physical abuse by Brad Pitt during a 2016 private jet flight. Wait, you're telling me it took 10 years before you decided to change your name? After something like that? That triggered Angel Jolie's filing for divorce, came light through FBI records of subsequent cross complaints filed in court. So it's a he said, she said. That's what it sounds like. Physical altercations with children. Documents state that when the children rushed to defend the mother, Pitt lunged at them. He allegedly choked one of the children and struck another in the face. He also allegedly poured beer on wine and Jolie and the kids. The FBI and Los Angeles Department of Children and Family Services investigated the incident. They ultimately chose not to file criminal charges. Although the event... Okay, wait. They chose not to file, but what did they find? Even if the... the FBI chose not to find or press charges. See, this is all new to me. I'm just learning about this. I spoke charges. What was the was there actual evidence to support the claims? So not enough, but was there enough to even make this be at least yes? Okay, so yes, the FBI investigation became public through a Freedom of Information Act request revealed that there were corroborating physical evidence and eyewitness statements. So much so that the investigating FBI agent actually drafted a statement of probable cause to present the federal prosecutors. The document evidence assembled during the investigation includes the following. Why did you take 10 years to do that? That at least bothers me a little bit. Like, okay, Angelina straight just was like, yeah, we're done. Makes sense. Got it. I didn't know any of that. Okay? Makes sense. You get physical, and if you got, right now I'm seeing that there's freaking evidence, like of this, and yet, what now? The kids are being like, yeah, we got stuff. Like it's very weird that you would take so long to be like, FBI dossier contains photographic evidence provided by Jolie, including bruises on her elbow and a rug burn type injury on her right hand. Okay. That could, medical timeless files for physical details of injuries Jolie sustained Pitt as respect. Jolie claimed to have sustained when Pitt allegedly threw himself backward to get her off his back, slamming her into the airport. Wait. I'm not getting a quite clear picture now. So he threw her in. He threw himself backward to get her off his back. What? So it sounds like she was on his back, going like that. He got up and slammed to the wall on the plane. What? Okay, where's the... Did they say choking? Yeah, didn't they say choking? That's so weird. Let's see. Flight France to LA. Shook and pushed her into a bathroom wall and repeatedly punched the ceiling of the plane. Physical altercations, docs sustained when the children rushed to defend the... He allegedly choked one of the children and struck another in the face. So, that should be on the physical injuries, but conflicting and support... Okay, there it's at the very end. Physical property damage. The investigation noted expensive physical mess inside the cabin. Court documents filed. Jolie's team explicitly estimated $25,000 worth of property damage inside the private jet, specifically citing heavy staining from the red wine poured. Pitt allegedly poured across the cabin into and onto the children. Child witness accounts. Okay, so conflicting and supporting testimonies. The FBI interviewed the children. The records log at least one child vocally confronted Pitt during the fight. Laying back on after Pitt told the children their mother was crazy and ruining this family. Pitt's admissions were While Pitt's legal team denied the physical abuse of the children, Pitt himself admitted to investigator that and later publicly in GQ magazine that his behavior on the flight was heavily compromised because he had been boozing too much, confirming he quit drinking entirely immediately after the flight. Why weren't the charges filed? Good question. The files that the FBI agent met with the assistant U.S. attorney to review the merits of the case. Under federal law, prosecutors have absolute discretion on whether jurisdictional complications. Because the insecurity in midair on an international flight, it felt highly complex the area of law called the Special Aircraft Jurisdiction of the United States. Victim cooperation. At the time, both parties wanted to avoid massive, highly public federal criminal trial that would force their 6 minor children to testify on a witness stand. Okay, so they were minor. I'm sorry, but you got, like, if that's gonna fuck them up. I'm sorry. Did not mean to say the language. That's gonna mess them up later down the line because they didn't get any justice for something. If that actually did happen, I'm sorry, but I gotta take everything with a grain of salt on that one, because I didn't. It's AI read news, whatever. NPC news. We just heard into it. I don't give a crap anymore. Let's see. After weeks of life support, Anthony Gutierrez, The Godfather 3 from The Godfather 3, passed away at age 65. So, very depressing celebrity news from this last week. By the way, this is from the 8th to the 15th. Okay? So if I miss something, let me know. But I'll probably try getting it next week. And if I miss something from this week, let me know. And then I'll mention it and be like, hey, here's our top commenter. This asshole. Ah, man, I gotta stop this.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
I gotta stop swearing. Gotta do better. Anyways, on to movie news. Disclosure Day, which came out June 10th. It's an alien thriller. It got 44 million at the domestic box office and 93 million worldwide. Congratulations on that. It's receiving 80% on Rotten Tomatoes with reviewer scores and 72% audience scores. I didn't get the point of it via the trailers, which I think is why the audience score is so low. I think people are going into it expecting the Spielberg movie to be good. I never had that expectation. I know I've seen Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones, even Jaws. Great. I don't care because I've seen too many good directors make crap. Like, absolute crap. So, man, I was hoping that sound effect was going to go a little faster than that, but that just took way too long. It's crap. Like, I've seen good directors make crap. Like, for example, let's just take, I don't know, The Matrix. Isn't it every Matrix movie gets worse and worse as it goes on? And it still did after, from what I heard it with the 4th one. I didn't bother watching it. So don't give me that, oh, they're new people. Don't give me that bullshit. So, well, that one was anywho, I will always think that, yes, a good director can make a very bad movie. A very bad movie is what I mean. Like, I mean, controversial, but Rian Johnson, he can make good movies and he can make bad movies. You know which movie I'm talking about, which is probably the bad movie, because it was awful and the pacing was awful, and I didn't like. The only thing good about that movie was that it was beautiful. I don't give a crap. I wanted a good story. I didn't get that. I got a branched off crap of a story. Last Jedi. Yeah, and I know Critical Drinker did a video criticizing it as well. So that's usually not a good thing. But I've been wrong before because I enjoyed the crap out of Superman. So, and from what I get is that I'm going to be seeing Supergirl and Toy Story 5 in one day. So there's that. So I gotta plan that out too. So lucky me. Let's see. And moving on. Alright. Obsession has hit the $300 million mark, officially dethroning the Get Out and Blair Witch Project. So for, I guess, good things. Good things. Shows. Prime. Every year after dropped June 10th with all 8 episodes adapted from the Carly Fortune. If you know anything about that, let me know, because it does not sound popular, in my opinion. If it is, explain. Explain now. It's a young adventure novel. That's all I got. Alright. We have Outlast. The Jungle is on Netflix. This one is 16 strangers dropped in a jungle to battle for $1 million. So Netflix is Survivor. It just says. So, yay. All the Queen's Men, Paramount Plus, June 10th. 2 episodes premiere on the final season. So, that was the premiere. That happened. All the Queen's Men. Is it going to be a sequel series called All the King's Horses? And is it going to be an animated adventure that takes place in the same time frame for your kids so you can enjoy it all together? I don't know, but that would be an idea. Sweet Magnolias made season 5 return on June 11th. Another one of those I don't know anything about. I will say I did see My Adventure as Superman new episodes on HBO Max, so I'm gonna be checking that one out. So I'm gonna be checking that one out instead of any of that other crap. I don't watch anything like Survivor or Every Year After or all the Queen's Men. For all I know, the only thing on here that actually sounds the most interesting would probably be All the Queen's Men first, just because it sounds like it'd be a British drama about knights, which that sounds pretty good. Like actually make a historical kind of thing like that. I might get into that. Outlast the Jungle, I literally thought was based upon the show or the game. Then it says they're in a jungle battling for $1 million, and then I'm like, okay, well that's not what I was expecting. Let's see. We have music news now. Cardi B performed a massive halftime show for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. How about that on June 8th? And Charles Barkley, I don't know. Gnarls Barkley's different. Charles Barkley, I don't know if those bees hold on, this is quoted. Charles Barkley, quote, I don't know if those bees, those might be Cardi D's. Okay. He got in trouble by the internet saying nasty things. Oh no, I didn't think it was that bad. So what? Yo, kids are watching. Kids, what do you mean? My kids aren't watching, so I don't give a crap. So there's that. Let's see. Cardi went. Oh, here's one. Another Cardi thing. Cardi B went to Five Below, and her daughter said, and another quote, I've been. Jeez, hold on. I have to try getting this right, because I can't say it wrong, because it's a quote, but it's hard to say it right, because I'm not saying right English. Let's put it that way. I been rich for too long, motherfuckers, because I ain't know nothing about no Five Below. I just have written down here, give me the damn grammar, please. Holy heck! There's at least 3 double negatives, and it felt like 5. I'll be honest. That's what it's 3 double negatives. And clearly, your mom's money does not make you smarter. Because you don't know grammar. Because you want to know how I was trying to read this. I was trying to read, I've been rich for so long. Because I don't know about Five Below. That would be the best. I had to read that like a second time to be like, yeah, that's what she said. I've been rich. I'll say it like I've been, I have it written down, quoted. I've been rich for too long, MFers, because I ain't know nothing about no Five Below. And say, you don't have to go to a Five Below to... I thought it was a shoe shop for the longest time because I thought it was like a Payless shoes. So that's what I thought. And I'm not rich. You don't have to be rich to be dumb. You can definitely be poor and be dumb too. But even so, I didn't think it... I'm not going to be like, I'm too rich to go to there. Like, sure, you could be. But boy, are you dumb enough to go there. Which makes sense. You just went there for the first time. And you said something extremely stupid. Mick Jagger has stated he's ready to go on another global Rolling Stones stadium tour. I thought he was like 86. Or 90. How old is he? Hold on. This'll be quick. I know I took too long on that other thing. Mick Jagger age. 82. There we go. 82 and he still wants to do that stuff. He must have a good physician. Because, yeah. That's just awful. Awful work I wouldn't want to do. But moving on. Did we just switch over to games? Yes, I have. So we move over to games. So I'm moving into the game news and NPC news. Let me know if there's anything I am missing. Yes, I know I said I might be going over everything that happened with the games cons and whatnot. And yes, I will try doing that. I don't think I'll be able to tomorrow because of summer school. And then last week I had a whole thing which is affecting me to this week, hence why I wasn't able to do zero year. And then again, I'm not having as much time. It's already past, or it's almost 1 o'clock. I've only been doing this for 40 minutes, and even probably then it's probably about 30 minutes. And even then, I'm losing my mind. I gotta get ready for work. I gotta get off my ass. This is hurting. If you don't understand, you shouldn't. Let's see. We got Halo campaign. I'm gonna hurry this up, and I'm also gonna stutter and say things awful.
Not a joke.
But whatever. Let's see. Halo Campaign Evolved will be on PlayStation. So no longer console exclusive, Xbox, or even Microsoft exclusive. Let's see. Console exclusive though for Gears of War E-Day for Xbox, and it shows the initial invasion of the Earth. If you don't know what Halo is, then yeah, just wait for the new game because it's gonna be showing you like that. I actually kind of want to play E-Day. I only think I played 3, and I I think I played it I think I played 2 with a buddy, and I played 3 with a buddy and myself. And I think I was okay with it. I was like, damn, this is fun and whatnot. And then it was kind of over, and then they started making different characters prominent, and I was like, this ain't what I like. And I didn't. At that point, it was 360 days, and I don't think you could play Gears 1. I could be wrong. Gears 1 could be played on the Xbox One. Either way, I don't think I never really got back into it. And E-Day sounds like something to get into, and reminds me of what the heck happened. Because it just was like, I thought this was Earth, but then I find out that it's not Earth, or maybe it is Earth. I don't know. It's still a mystery to me. I thought it was something else. But Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake coming 2026. The year is 2026 now, so that's actually this year. I could see this getting postponed, but I mean, yeah, that's a thing. And then we have Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced, while the first 3 will be released on Switch 2 October 8th, 2026. Do we have the date for 4? No. Did I play any of these? No. Did I want to play these? Yes, I actually did. Could I play any of these? No. Will I understand the story? No. So I'm just lost during all that. This is like as good as Final Fantasy. I'm like, I don't know where to start. Each individual game has its own thing, but then you're like, oh, there's this guy. He's been from here and here and here. I'm like, I don't know that. So it's like, okay, so it's like, I don't know. It's just not, I can't do Kingdom Hearts unless I get a story that lets me know 1, 2, 3, which I will be able to on October 8th, but it's on the Switch too, which I don't have, which makes it impossible to care about 4 unless it's not coming to Switch 2. I gotta know, is 1, 2, 3 on anything other than, and I know I'm not doing Steam, I'm looking up Xbox. No. Is 1, 2, 3 October 8th. Man, I'm using the Yahoo search engine. God, this is so annoying. I don't want to be there. Oh. Secure search. Oh, it is on all consoles. So maybe I could give that a shot. But I'll probably be playing Fable at that time, because that's when Fable's coming out. I think. I have to go back, but that was last week. That was not last week. Fable, I think. Let's see. The other PlayStation State of Play. I know that was a whole thing I didn't write down. That's okay. I didn't write it down. Kingdom Hearts. Maybe I can go figure out that now. Yay. Then we got strange news. We have a 28-year-old man arrested at Cape Town International Airport. Why? He had 150 venomous live scorpions individually wrapped after a woman got stung in Boston during a baggage claim. More than likely, this guy was doing stuff for the black market.
Making toast! Butter and toast!
So, if you don't know how scorpion equals black market, think of elephant tusk or something like that and male enhancement stuff. That's gonna probably do it. And hey, if I recall, he went she was what was it? What did I say? She was she was in Boston when that happened, and I'm fairly certain that what is it? Cape Town. What did I say? Cape Town? Yep. Cape Town, USA is not the same area. So, or is it Cape Town, Boston? Doesn't sound right. I don't live there either. Cape Town, USA. Oh, it's California. Even better. So, from what it sounds like, is like the black markets in California, because it goes, you hop from where you get scorpions, probably in Egypt and whatnot. And then, yes, I know you can get scorpions in Nevada. Not talking about that. We're talking about Boston here. Hop on a flight to Boston. It's in the bags and whatnot. Oh, let's go and then hop to Cape Town and there. Maybe there's a black market. Maybe they're gonna just release all these things into the wild. Either way, that is a crime because you cannot. It's an animal. There's animal cruelty and there's a whole act and whatnot. Can't do it. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. Leave animals alone. You are not nature boy. You are not the nature boy. I don't think
Well,
that.
why don't you cry about it?
I don't know if that. I think was a soundbite from Ace Ventura, but I don't know. You're not the nature boy. Let's see. Brazil, a woman bungee jumping was pushed too early before the safety rope was attached. But I might be making more light of that than it really was. I don't know. But it sounded like, oh, let's go. Oh, you didn't put it on? Oh no. Kind of. And yeah, this is also an unsanctioned bungee rope. So technically, you weren't supposed to be doing it in the first place. So not great. It was off the Skeleton Bridge or Ponte de Esquelelo. I'm fairly certain I butchered that one, but if it's in America, I'm going to pronounce it in English. If it's somewhere else, I'm going to try my best to pronounce it properly. But Ponte de do Esqueleto or Leo. Either way, the Skeleton Bridge does not sound like something you'll want to be being pushed off of. And there's reason for that. Back page. Ah, that's right. I did write this wrong. Good thing I have my arrows. I wrote down. So you got side quests. You got my notes here, full page, and then go. Normally I go onto the back page and start writing stuff like here. But instead I ended up going to this page. Then I have an arrow going back to that said page. And then after that said page, back to here. So I got my notes. Now we're on Star Wars news. I'm being a little loud at that point. We are 50 minutes in. We have MSI unveiled a limited edition GeForce RTX 5080 graphics card with custom Mando and Grogu theme. If I could, I would, but I can't, so I shan't. Easy as that. Simple news. Tracking from June 15th says now its third week. Now that it's its third week, has grossed 350 million worldwide. Mandalorian and Grogu. That's what I didn't write. Okay. By comparison, so we're gonna I have a whole thing on comparisons here. So, by comparison, Solo: A Star Wars Story by week 3 had about 350 million. Okay, so we're Mandalorian and Grogu 315. Solo: A Star Wars Story, 350 mil. Let's see. Force Awakens, which is, okay, we'll just go with this of modern day good and bad. So everybody considers the worst performing box office of Star Wars was Solo. By comparison, we had Solo: A Star Wars Story, 350. The Force Awakens by week 3 had 1.5 billion, whereas Rogue One, a good middle of the road, I'd say, had 789.7 million by week 3. This is also after kind of more hype, I think, than what we had with that. With inflation, that's still 995 million, $995 million by week 3. That also being said, comparing it as well, the Clone Wars 2008. Okay, so this one, I wasn't gonna expect to be the same at all. So we're talking about 2008. Week 3, it grossed 60 million. Okay, fair. With inflation, it's 93 million. However, it did only cost 8.5 million, or 12.8 million to make. By nowadays standards, 12.8 million by nowadays standards. Or that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Or no, that's embarrassing for today's standards. That's not embarrassing for then standards. Because you brought back a character in this movie. Oops. Let's see. The cost. Okay. So there is one caveat to this. Solo: A Star Wars Story did cost $110 more to make than Mando and Grogu, which only costed $165 million. So, did I look into that at all? I looked a little bit into it. It's a good analysis, but I didn't look into how much The Force Awakens took the cost and whatnot, how much it made back. That was my bad. Sorry, I didn't do the differentials for everything. I just did, okay, it cost 165. Whereas the animated movie only costed at the time, and 8.5 million, or with inflation 12 or 13 million. Either way, it had a better, it goes up to 60, whereas Mando and Grogu, this is, again, that's the number before marketing. The numbers I'm probably using for the Clone Wars might include with better marketing too. So either way, it's hard to compare what goes on, but this is the best that I can do. So, of looking up what's the original numbers compared to what it would be like now, because that's how it goes. There's a rumor from Reddit, r/Star Wars leaks, that say Disney will wrap up the narrative arc in season 2 of Ahsoka, worrying that Thrawn will not get to a movie and his arc will be rushed to a quick end. Which, I'll be honest, makes sense of being worried, because if you are trying to reset everything, be like, yeah, we're stopped. It's reminding me, I think, honestly, this would be the moment of the New 52 Star Wars, essentially. Keep the things that are good, get rid of the things you don't want. That's what it sounds like, or what I think they should do. Because there are some good things that Disney has done. Do I like to admit it? No. But I do know they have done some good things. Like, I love the Maul Shadow Lord. Like, that was a good show. Moving on, though, I want better movies. And, like, because there's not really much we can do after Luke has his whole temple and whatnot. But, yeah, and Thrawn being the whole thing, You give me one season with just Thrawn being a bad guy? Oh, you're gonna kill the franchise even harder. You're just kicking a dead horse then. This is like, oh, the defibrillator? Thump, throwing it at the body instead of actually using it. That's what Thrawn is at this point. He is the defibrillator of Star Wars. He could possibly bring the whole thing back into somewhat navigational waters. Sorry, got a bubble in my eye, and I don't like sitting right now. So, yeah, I think if you put Ahsoka season 2 as that, as like, yep, this is it, you should commit corporate. You're basically committing corporate suicide at that point. Your audience is being starved, I think, a bit of Star Wars at this point. But no, I don't think honestly it is. I think we were good with like the Maul. I don't like that Mando and Grogu was released to as close to that. But again, it's also trying to compete with other movies that were coming out, which I don't know if they had better plots or not, but when you have a movie for the sake of a movie, which is definitely what it seemed like, that's what the movie felt like. There was like nothing going for me on this. That's what I mean. It's like if you take Thrawn, it's like, okay, well, Thrawn was a very popular character before, during, and now after. And you are going to, like, it seems like if they butcher Thrawn at this point, I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to Star Wars for the future. I don't know. I'm looking around my room with all the Star Wars crap everywhere. And yes, I admit it's crap. I'll do you one good. Now tell me exactly why the heck do I have this? Okay? Because I like Scout Troopers. You want to know something about these Scout Troopers? I don't think their helmets popped up like that. So, yes, I know I have this stuff. I enjoy it. I think it's a cool design. That's how I fell in love with Star Wars. I'm not getting that anymore, and now I'm not getting any good stories to go with it. Anyhow, I've been ranting. I'm hungry, quite hungry. I missed my lunch because that's why I do this now. And I also can't do Batman Zero Year. Well, who knew that I was going to be going for a while today? I didn't want to go for a while today. I actually wanted to be quick about this, and I didn't even do that. And yet I still didn't even have time to do Zero Year. I'm as frustrated as anything.
I'm just dandy.
So, with that, I'm going to have to get going. That was NPC news. And unfortunately, there was also the entire side quest. So, I went over Star Wars a lot there. That was a little bit more. And I did go over the whole pit feud or scandal going on. Did not know really much of what was going on there. I was just curious. And yes, that was genuine NPC curiosity. I'm sorry if you had to sit through that. But now you got more information here. Why? Because I'm the NPC and you just have to listen to it. Yeah, it sounds awful. Or no, it doesn't sound awful. It sounds like I'm forcing you to listen to me. Sorry, no need to. It's not like any of you are. If you are, write a comment down below. That would help me a lot, so then I can actually notice what you guys think about things. So, but leave a like. Appreciate anything like that. But I have to get going because I'm hungry, I'm getting hangry, and I have to get ready for work, like always. So with that, take her easy, and I will see you hopefully next week for another just, and like I'm just going to say now, probably going to be just an NPC news. Or, if anything, it might just be 0 year, part whatever. But I'm going to try. Who knows? It's Father's Day. I'm also figuring out other stuff. So I gotta go. Anyway, take her easy. Bye.
Hercules, Hercules.